Hi, welcome. I'm Mr. K. In your textbook, this is section 1, test 1, where we have some diagnostic questions. Let's go ahead and cover 5 questions from that set. You should pause the video to try the questions for yourself if you don't have the textbook. Alright, let's look at the example here. The example says Jack and Jill is or are over the hill. And here the answer is are. And why is that are? It's because the subject here is Jack and Jill, and that's plural, so we're going to choose are. Number 1, Ken is one of those singers who is or are always off key. Here we have something called a dependent clause, and the dependent clause has to be analyzed alone by itself. The subject is who, and this is the verb that goes with the who, and the who can be singular or plural depending on the antecedent. So we have to decide who is this who, and the who usually this is called a relative pronoun, and the relative pronoun has the antecedent right in front of it. And so the who in this case is singers, which is plural. Then the who must be plural also. Then the verb must be plural here as well. There go Julia and her parakeet, or there goes Julia and her parakeet. Well, if you read only up to here, you would think, oh, there goes Julia. But in this case, it's tricky because it's Julia and her parakeet. There are two of them that's moving, and so you have to say there go Julia and her parakeet. The subject is not in the front of the sentence. The subject comes in the back when you have a there structure. Each of the contestants has a chance or have a chance. Here's your verb. Where's the subject for this verb? If you're thinking contestants, that would be wrong, because what we have here is called a prepositional phrase. And a prepositional phrase is important because we need to identify it because there's nothing important in there. Alright, so it's a little paradox. It's important because there's nothing important. And we're going to cross that out. And the subject of that sentence is each. Each is a singular pronoun, so we're going to choose has for that. The healthiest specimen among the monkeys was or were chosen. Alright, who was chosen? We need to find the subject for this verb. And we're not going to choose monkeys because monkeys is also in a prepositional phrase, among the monkeys. So we're going to eliminate that. And the subject is specimen. Specimen is a singular word, although it sounds like it's like firemen, but it's not. One specimen was chosen. We're going to choose. I gave $10 to the clerk who or whom I think works on Saturdays only. Again, this is a dependent clause, and in analyzing this, we should look only inside the dependent clause to determine what's going on here. The who and the whom, well, the clause refers to, the pronoun refers to the clerk, and so we know that's singular, but we don't know whether it's supposed to be a he or a him in this case. That's the difference between who and whom. And what you have to do is you have to rearrange the words of the sentence within that clause to read it as a normal syntax. And we are going to say this sentence is I think what? What do I think? I think he works on Saturdays. And this is where we're going to stick in the word he. It's the choice is between he or him. We're not going to say I think him works on Saturdays, right? I think he works on Saturdays, and that's why you have to choose who in that case. It doesn't matter what it says on the outside of that clause. It's only within the clause that we need to analyze in order to choose the right answer. Alright, the book you should be using is English Made Simple. Okay, please purchase the book so you can follow along.